Yo, what's good with you guys? I'm back at it here with another tutorial. Today I'm finna show you guys how to make an NBA YoungBoy type of loop. So yeah, let's get right into this. No wasting time. So first thing that I got here is E piano from X Band. I'll show you guys. This is I have it saved, but this is one of these E pianos right here. You can find them. Almost all of these are gonna sound the best, but the ones that I usually use is where is it at? The Belly E piano and the Warm FM tremolo. The one here, I'm about to show you guys the MIDI. This is how the MIDI looks like. I'm gonna show you guys the effects that I have on it. I have a parametric EQ, then I have a vintage Valhalla reverb, and then a little bit of delay. Let me let you guys hear how that sounds like. Alright, so what you can really notice in this is that the top notes are going to be standing out a lot more, and reason for that is the velocities are not perfect. I like to Alt R to randomize all the velocities and Alt S to strum these notes, and that creates a little bit of more, like some notes to be lower than others and some notes to be heard louder than the other notes. For example, like you can hear it here, like in there too. Like these notes here are heard more because the velocities are higher. The way I come up with these chord progressions is I always come up with my root note first, and then I boost them up an octave. As you can see, B B, G G, B B, G G. And then here, what I do is I see what sounds good in this key. So if I go B, that's obviously going to sound good because the D sounds good in this, and I can remove this and it'll sound the same. It's just not going to be in an octave higher. Now if I put it back up, it's going to be the same way that you heard it in the beginning. Alright, moving on. So the next VST I have here is called Contact, and this one here, I'm pretty sure this is a piano or a guitar. Oh, it's the piano. Alright, so for this one here, I have a Contact band called the Grandeur. I have it on soft with the lid close just halfway, and this is the effects that I have on it. Same thing as the E piano, and I'm gonna let you guys hear that. Alright, so the way that I came up with this counter melody is I basically use the same thing that I have in the first VST. So I can copy this here and then paste it onto here, and you can tell that almost all of this is gonna line up with everything. So you can see here, that's lining up, that's lining up, that's lining up, that's lining up. So that's how I make my counter melodies. I usually use the ghost notes of my previous pattern, and it makes it a lot easier because you can stay in key, and no matter where you put it, it's most definitely gonna sound good. So the third instrument here I have is an organ. This organ is called Vintage Organs. The effects I have on this one here, same thing as the piano, and this is how that sounds like. So yeah, really simple. With these, I just like to do a little bit of short stabs, and here I like to add like an organ roll because it sounds, I don't know, like a little bit more gospel. And this is probably my favorite part of this whole thing. And then next thing I have here is a guitar. I'm not gonna show this the VST for this one. I might show it in a future video, but this is the effects I have on this guitar. This one here, I have the same thing as the piano, except that the mix on the Valhalla reverb is gonna be raised a little bit, and then the delay is gonna be the same. And this is how that's gonna sound like. So the way that I came up with this is going to be the same way that I came up with the counter melody for the piano. It's all going to match up with the piano that I have, or the chords that I had previously. They match, they match, they match, and you can see the pattern that we're going with. So that's really basically it, or the advice that I can give you to come up with better counter melodies. If you can't come up with them on your own, or if you're not creative enough to be able to come up with counter melodies, just use the previous pattern that you have and use the ghost notes. The ghost notes are going to help you 10 times more than just coming out of it with your head. Next thing I have here is a guitar from Contact. Again, I'm not going to show this VST just yet, but this is how that sounds like. This is really simple. It's just little pitch bends here that make it sound a little bit better than just having like the normal guitar. Without the pitch bends, this just sounds really bland, and it just sounds really boring. So the pitch bends really do give it like a little bit of filter. The way I do that is I come over here to the pitch range, right click it, type in value, click in 40. It's gonna show 20 at first, but trust me, it's at 40. Right click on the pitch knob here, and then click create automation clip, and it's gonna create an automation clip for you, and then there you can just go crazy with whatever you want to make it sound like. So next thing I have here is like a little vocal. I'm pretty sure you've heard it in almost every NBA YoungBoy beat, if not every YoungBoy beat, every Quando Rondo type of beat. And then yeah, this is how that's gonna sound like. Really simple. It's just 2 notes playing throughout the entire loop. And then last thing I have here, I'm pretty sure this is the bass. Everybody knows about this bass. This is called the Rickenbacker Scarby bass, a Scarby Rickenbacker bass. This is the Night Sessions preset. And what the hell did I just do? Okay, so this is how that's gonna sound like. Really simple stuff. So one thing I can tell you guys about this making YoungBoy loops, you don't have to add so many sounds. You can go as far as using just 3 sounds. I just chose to use these many sounds because I felt like the melody just needed more. Well, I mean, you can add drums to it and it'll fill up a lot of empty spaces, but yeah, that's basically what I do. But you don't really have to go this crazy with making loops. You can really just use 3 instruments and you should be fine, as long as your instruments are good, and you know at least a little bit of music theory. I mean, you don't have to, but yeah, just be creative, and yeah, that's basically the advice that I can give you for loops. And this is how the entire loop sounds like all together. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this tutorial today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be making another loop kit probably by next week or so. This one's gonna be called Diaries of a Lost Child. As you can see, I'm still currently in the making of it. I can give you guys a few previews of them, and like this one here, this is probably one of my favorite ones off of the loop kit. Then we have this one here. You can already tell what kind of loop kit this is going to be. If you guys heard a loop and you guys want a tutorial on it, just comment down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.